Okay, so we cleaned out the last corral there. I call this the heifer pen. It's not really the heifer pen. The steers have been in it for however long, 6 months or something. And anyways, no need to call Alberta first call because we got Alberta first time. We found the cable feeding our big calf shed over here. Comes into that little breaker box there, square D load center, barn panel, whatever you want to call it, and just feeds a couple plugs and lights here and handles the heater for that trough. Anyways, I knew where the cable was approximately, and I didn't realize we were that deep. And anyways, we definitely got deep, especially right here, which is approximately where the cable was. And we found the cable, refound it. So, in some regards, good thing it's tech. It's got a armor jacket on it. But anyways, we sliced about 8 feet out of it, so we just ran it temporarily along the gate, and then over here, it was run along the corral windbreak there. And anyways, yeah, the two steers are curious what I'm doing, so just gonna re-splice this. So did not trip the breaker. The main panel's in that shed, in the tool shed, what I call a tool shed. So this is only, I don't know, 25 feet maybe. So it didn't trip open the breaker. So I went in there and shut it off afterwards, so that's not so good. I thought I'd at least trip open the breaker. It pulled about 8 feet of it apart. The red, which is a phase, was completely skinned. And the ground and is bare, of course, in tech. And then it's got the tech armor. And then the black and the blue's being used as a neutral because it's 3-wire tech. So it's red, black, blue because it's used for motor hookups. So the blue's typically used for the neutral instead of a white because there's no white in 3-wire tech. So anyways, blew her apart. Didn't blow her apart, pulled it apart. And anyways, we cut the bad section out already and then just got it to the pole here. Finished cleaning the corral and I'm going to splice it back together. So like I say, that's tech cable right there. It's got a red, black, and a blue, and then a bare ground because it's used for motor feeders in industrial. So I deal with this stuff every day. This is what we see. It's not like residential wire where this blue would actually probably be a white, like in 14.3 Lumex or something. This is 10.3 tech. Motors don't need a neutral. Not 3-phase ones anyway, single-phase ones do. So anyways, the two red and the blue are phases, and then the blue is a neutral, and then the ground's a ground, of course. So I'm going to join them. I won't show what you do to join them because I don't want somebody trying it, but I'll join them and then I'll tape it up. You can get a CSA kit, which is a proper thing to do now, is they actually have a kit for splicing tech, but we used to field splice it how I'm going to do when I was an apprentice 20 years ago, so I was going to field splice it because I don't have a kit and I need to get the power back on. Okay, so there's the first. I got it spliced in here. It's offset on the colors. This is how we used to do it before the kits were made. And there's millions of underground tech splices that are spliced like this. So anyways, you essentially tape it in here with special tape or use heat shrink, and then you got to extend the armor to the armor with a braid, and then you essentially tape it. So okay, and then that's a completed underground splice for tech. This, I should remind everyone, is low voltage tech. This has 120/240 running through it, which is low voltage. Industrial plant like where I work could be 480/600. Generally anything under 10 gauge tech 10 and under is only good for 600 volts. Number 8 and higher is good for 1000 volts. If you see orange tech or red tech, don't go anywhere near it. It's 4160 or 7200, or it could be coming off a gen set at 13.8 kV, and it has to be spliced differently, but it also has to be dealt with differently. You got to ground out and everything, bond and ground when you splice, mat out, so isolate everything. So anyways, this is just how you splice underground low voltage tech cable. I'll bury it later, but for now we can get the power back on.